I'm Wes Seifert.
I'm Tim Seifert. We're from Auburn, Illinois. We represent RTS Family Farms.
We farm about 3,200 acres.
And we use the 360 Yield Saver.
So problems that we encountered before we started using the 360 Yield Saver was that we had a lot of volunteer corn problems the following year from corn germinating that we didn't capture in the head. We decided to try the 360 Yield Saver last year for the first time because it was pretty obvious to us that we were losing corn onto the ground because of our corn head. And after all the adjustments and everything that we tried to do, the results that we were getting were not up to our standards. And so we were looking for a way to capture more yield that we were already growing.
Our first year was last year using the 360 Yield Saver, and we was a little skeptical about actually some of the concerns that we would have with the 360 Yield Saver. So we put them on 4 rows on a 3208. The other 4 rows we left conventional with the gathering chains. Well, for the new concept like 360 Yield Saver, we really didn't know what to expect. The concept looked good, but we didn't know how the brushes would perform, how long they would last, what kind of trash they would be able to bring in, how durable they really were. We probably got to run it on about 400 acres, and we continued to leave it on half the corn head, 4 rows with the Yield Saver and 4 rows with just a gathering chain. We wanted to prove to ourselves that it wasn't just the hybrid that we were losing, or it wasn't the weather conditions that we were dealing with, or down corn or standing corn. So we wanted to give it a fair trial, and quite honestly, I wish we would have went ahead and put it on the rest of the corn head, and we will put it on the corn head before this harvest.
So by adopting the 360 Yield Saver onto our corn heads, we were able to capture many more kernels than what we would have with our traditional OEM gathering chains. Whenever we got out and counted in 1 square foot, we had roughly 28 kernels that we were losing on the OEM chain side. And with the 360 Yield Saver, we had 3.
We put GoPro cameras on the head, and we could actually see the kernels as they were coming down into the corn head. Most of them would have been lost without the Yield Savers, but with the Yield Savers, you could see those kernels were staying in the corn head and ended up in the machine. It does have a tendency to bring in a little bit more trash, but still, one of the things that a farmer needs to focus on is to make sure that the rest of his corn head is properly operating. You need to still have good snapping rolls. You still need to have good knives to pull that crop down. I feel like if the corn head is in proper working condition, that enables the Yield Savers to perform even better.
There's a definite return on your investment by using 360 Yield Saver. All you have to do is go out and count kernels, and it's pretty obvious that why you're using them.
So after 1 year's use of the 360 Yield Saver, we're very excited about going ahead and outfitting the rest of the rows on our corn head. We feel like the savings alone will be very beneficial. We feel like this is something that is a must on our farm.